Hello everyone, I'm ready to start page 4 of Life's a Journey. I hope you're ready too. There's just one thing I wanted to point out. In the walkthrough video, I had this right flap pocket on top opening towards the inside of the book, and it was a little tricky getting this insert into the pocket. So I took it off with my undo, turned it around, and it opens towards the outside now. So just want to point that out, and we're going to make this page together so you will see. All right, so there are several cuts. We have 6 of them. So now page 4 has an A flap of 7 3/8. That's 2 lines less than 7.5 by 5. And using that same piece of paper, you already have your 7 3/8 cut. Just cut another piece 4.5. C is a pocket, so that's 8 1/8, 2 lines more than 8 by 4. D is also a pocket, 7 1/8 by 5. E is what that pocket D sits on top of, so that is 6 1/8, 2 lines more than 6 by 4.5. And F is the insert that goes into the pocket, and that is 5 by 5 7/8, so that's 2 lines less than 6. So there we go. I have them all cut here, and some of them I already had scored because I was putting down the flaps when I noticed that it would be easier to make that pocket open on the other side. So I will go through the motions of scoring these with you. So flap A, you're going to have your smaller side at the top. Hold on. Grab my piece of paper here. Yeah, that's the 5-inch side at the top. So you just score 1/2 inch. B, same thing, smaller side at the top, that's the 4.5-inch side. C is a pocket, so that's going to be scored on 3 sides. We'll have the longest one at the top. Okay, D is also a pocket, so we're going to start with the longer side at the top. This is the pocket that sits on top of the flap. Whoops, flap A, I believe. And just go around 1/2 inch. And E and F have no score lines. So I can set that aside. I'll bring out my pocket page. I've got my 4 up here. Let's tape everything. Okay, so yeah, I already taped some of these. So flap A, run a piece of tape going across the bottom. Same with B, and I corner rounded these. Let me just do that one again. There. All right, I corner rounded A and B. C. Yeah, so I'm going to be a little ahead of you so you can pause to catch up. So I already had those taped. And do the same thing with D. Tape that up on 3 sides. And then we're going to just press everything and fold. And then I'm going to cut the corner of my 2 pockets, the corners. fold these over. Okay, so first thing is our right flap. So I have my book here, flap A. Let me find flap A. Here we go. It's going to go on the right hand side. And I have just a little bit of space to the left and right, and I'm going to bring it right to the edge. Okay, it looks like I've got a little more space on one side than the other, so let me just scooch this over a smidge. Okay. I'm going to turn over and put the B flap down. So I just have a weight on there, so I can line this B flap with the edge of the A flap. And then I'm going to guide it to the edge here and drop down. Okay, so I'm making sure I'm in the right, facing the right way. I've got my 4 up here, and I am ready to put down the pocket, which is C. So I'm just going to take off the bottom. And that fits right down at the bottom. So I have a little bit of space to the left and right. I'm within this score line, so this flap can go over my pocket. Okay, there we go. So it goes like that. All right, so one thing, I'm going to take this pocket and it's going to sit on E. F is going to go inside. So this pocket, I'm going to start with the bottom one off, and after I put it down, I can take off these other 2 backings because you won't see any paper. There won't be design paper on top of it. It's just going to have the insert. So I'm taking off the bottom first, and I'm going to just lay it right on top of this base here. Okay, and my base, as long as it's either up to this pocket or below it, you just don't want it sticking out past it. And then when you're satisfied with that, peel off the backing on the sides. Okay, now we have a little envelope pocket. So this is going to be sitting right on top of A. Originally, I had it going this way, which I do like to do, but then this pocket would have to be page 3. Where it opens to the outside. Since it's page 4, it opens to the inside. It's a little tricky getting the insert in here if you're on the inside of the book right here. So I'm turning it around. So make sure your opening is facing the outside of the book. And I'm not going to glue it down just yet because I want to put my design paper on here first. So wait till you get your design paper on there and then put this on. Okay, so you can also test it for now to make sure your insert fits inside. And when you're happy with that, I am going to corner around all 4 corners of this insert. And then I can put it in here and leave it for when I'm ready to attach the base to this pocket after I put my design paper down. Now, one more thing to note. This insert, you just don't want it falling out every time you turn this page. I mean, I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. If you notice it's a problem, there's two things you can do. You can put a magnet on the inside of this pocket to hold it down, or you can put a magnet on the outside of this insert that lands here. So after you put your design paper here and put this on, decide how you want that. Before, if you're going to have your magnet on the insert here, you have to put that down before you put your design paper on the B flap, okay? But it may not move around too much because, you know, it's just such a small piece sticking out. So I'm just going to put this aside and let's put our magnets down. So we're going to put the B magnets on first. Okay, and C. So I am going, the A. The A flap, I'm going to put magnets over here. Let me just see where they land. I want them not too close to the edge of that B flap. So before I tape it down, I always check. All right, now there's an option here. You can put your opposite magnets here. I noticed that when I put that down, it lines right up with the other magnets that I had put. But it won't be as strong of a hold because we don't have our design paper on. Right now it's holding fine, but we're gonna have design paper on here. It will hold a little, so you have a choice. You can put magnets here to land on top of here. That'll hold really well. Or you can wait till you have your pocket on here and put a magnet on the back of the base of that pocket. So you can put one down here that lands over there. And that's what I'm going to do. Because this holds a little, and then this will give it extra hold, and we save ourselves a couple magnets. Okay? But up to you. All right, so let me show you what I did for the design paper. I'm going to just put this inside here for now. Okay. All right, so we have page 4. And I have, this is the pocket, top pocket. I put a Get Lost Together on top. I have my stripy paper going horizontally. I like the way that looks better than vertically. And I chose this orange paper just to put a strip on the outside to match underneath here. And then I have another card inside, the Life's a Journey card. Okay, that opens up, and I have my orange paper with the planes, trains, and automobiles. I also put a cutout on top of this flap. You can choose any one you want. There's a whole sheet of paper with these little ones. And I have blue on the inside to go with that. I have a postcard booklet here. I opened this one up vertically instead of horizontally, because this scrap piece of paper I had, that's the direction of the words. So you can either do it opening this way or that way. I have a ephemera card of my ship with the plane. I love that one. And I left a little space for journaling. There is a magnet behind here, so decide if you want to put that to hold this down, and you'll do that before you put this design paper on. And the pullout is the orange with the planes, trains, and automobiles. So that is page 4. It's one of my favorites. Next video, we're already on our last pocket page, so I will see you then.